Wait for 1 minute only. Whether screen is visible for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will take the recap within 1 minute, and after that we'll start, because yesterday some people might not be there for the lecture. So as we took introductory lecture yesterday, so within 5 minutes I will take the recap of last lecture, and after that we'll start our new lecture. So in the yesterday's lecture, we have started the introduction to refrigeration and air conditioning. So first of all, I have given my introduction. After that, we have discussed related to the syllabus. Sorry, before discussing with related to the syllabus, we have discussed related to the subject. That means whatever our subject, refrigeration and air conditioning is there for first semester of BE Mechanical. So this subject is having the theory as well as practical. So number of lectures allocated are, as per university curriculum, is nothing but 3 hours per week, and practicals are nothing but 2 hours per week. And if we say the examination scheme, total weightage of this subject is nothing but 150 marks. Out of that, 70 marks will be for ISE, that is ESE, that is nothing but end semester exam. Then 30 marks will be there for ISE in semester exam. 25 marks will be there for term work, and 25 marks are for practical oral examination. So for this subject, we will have the practical oral examination. So uh, I will be dealing with the theory as well as practicals of your division, as well as additionally I will be handling the charge of class coordinator. So yesterday only I have told you the difference between external examiners which you have faced in the second year and third year, and which you are going to face during the final year. That means for final year, whatever external exams will be there for any of the subject. So whatever external examiner will come, that will be out of the Solapur University. That means he may be from Pune University, he may be from Kolhapur University, he may be from Batu, or he may be from Mumbai University or any another university. That will be decided by the our Solapur University, Solapur. So after that, we have discussed related to the syllabus. So for this refrigeration and air conditioning subject, there will be two sections, section 1 and section 2. So section 1 will consist of 4 chapters, section 2 will consist of remaining 4 chapters. That means total chapter will be 8 chapters. Total chapters will be 8 chapters. Out of that, whatever section first will be there, that section first will be completely related with the word called as a refrigeration. So there are, whatever this subject is there, that will be divided into two parts. First word is nothing but refrigeration, and second one is nothing but air conditioning. So whatever first section will be there, that will be completely related with the refrigeration part. And whatever second section will be there, in that, from that second section, whatever first 3 chapter will be there, that means chapter number 5, 6, 7, that will be related with the air conditioning. And whatever last part will be there, or last chapter will be there, that will be related to the advanced technology related to the refrigeration called as the cryogenic. That is introduction to the cryogenic. So here we have seen that there are 4 chapters. Out of that, first chapter is nothing but basic refrigeration cycle. So 25% syllabus of entire refrigeration and air conditioning subject is there for chapter number 1 itself. Then whatever second chapter is there, that is nothing but multi-pressure system. Then third chapter is nothing but refrigerant. Fourth chapter is nothing but vapor absorption system. So we have discussed related to this chapter in the last lecture. Then whatever second section will be there, second section in that first chapter will be psychrometry. Psychrometry means study of moist air. So as second section is dealing with the air conditioning, that is called as the conditioning of air. So chapter number 5 will be psychrometry. Number of hours allocated will be 7 hours. Then chapter number 6 will be very much important part of the complete subject, that is nothing but heating and cooling load calculation. Then chapter number 7 will be related with the comfort condition and air distribution system. And last chapter will be related with the introduction to cryogenics. That is nothing but advanced technology in the refrigeration and air conditioning. So those are the 8 chapters which we have to deal in this semester or for this refrigeration and air conditioning subject. Then apart from this theory part, we are having the practicals. So in that practicals, whatever practicals are there, those are categorized into 3 groups. First group is called as a study type of experiment. So there are total 5 topics they have given. So we have to study as well as demonstrate, or we have to study related to that. Out of that 5 topic, minimum 3 topics, and name of topics are nothing but these 5 topics. Then whatever group second is there, group second is performance type of experiment. So here for this performance type of experiment, with the help of equipment, we have to take the reading or we have to perform the experiment, and after performing the experiment we have to take the reading, and based on that reading we have to come to the conclusion of that experiment. So here also 6 experiments are there. Out of that 6 experiment, minimum 4 experiment as a part of curriculum we have to perform. Then whatever group 3 is there, that group 3 is compulsory part. In that first one is the industrial visit to any of the refrigeration plant or central air conditioning plant. So refrigeration plant means any dairy plant or cold storage plant or ice manufacturing plant, that will come under the refrigeration plant. Or central air conditioning plant means the location where central air conditioning is available. That means that may be in the mall or in any of the temple or in the cinema theater. Here central air conditioning part is there. There we have to visit. And second one is the by using C language or MATLAB. By using C language or MATLAB, we have to write down one program, and by writing that program, we have to calculate the result of any of the experiment which we have performed in the group 2. So this is the syllabus, and in the last lecture, we have completed up to here only. Are you getting? So now we are going to start our this lecture. So shall we start? Whether my voice is clear? Anyone can give the feedback? Okay. Whether you are able to see
yes,
the
sir.
slides?
Yes, sir. Your voice is clear.
Okay. So now we will start our today's lecture. So first point we are going to discuss related to the above title of the subject. Now, what is the title of subject? Shubham Kakade. Kakade. So in between I will ask, in between I will take the name of any student. You have to give the reply immediately after unmuting yourself.
Yes,
okay. Kakade.
Hello.
Tell me the name of subject.
Right.
Hello. बोला येते आवाज. Yes, yes. Shubham, you are audible. Tell.
Subject name is rack. Sir.
Subject name is rack. What is the long form? What is the long form? The long form of subject is nothing but refrigeration and air conditioning. Now listen everybody. Subject name is refrigeration and air conditioning. So out of that, first word is nothing but the refrigeration. Can anybody tell me what you understood from the word refrigeration? What is meant by refrigeration? Thakre? Anyone?
Heat extract.
Heat extract.
Heat extract from subject.
Okay. Tuzapurkar. What is in the refrigeration?
Sir, refrigeration means heating or cooling of the subject, any object to maintain its temperature.
Heating or cooling of any object to maintain its temperature. Okay. Any another? Pankaj Kambire? Have you seen a domestic refrigerator? That means the fridge which we are using in our day-to-day life. Have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
What we are doing in that fridge? What we
We are
are doing?
maintaining temperature.
We are maintaining the temperature.
Maintaining the temperature.
Okay. Any another answer? Akar. What we are doing in the fridge? Muskan Akar. Talgar. Give the reply.
हाँ सर.
What we are doing in the fridge? फ्रीज मध्ये काय करतो आपण?
सराउंडिंग टेम्परेचर पासून टेम्परेचर कमी ठेवण्यासाठी आपण फ्रीज मध्ये जे काही आपली वस्तू असते ते स्टोर करत असतो.
That means we are reducing the temperature of that substance after keeping in the fridge. So, what is meant by cooling? Cooling is also the term technology where we are reducing the temperature. In case of refrigerator also, we are reducing the temperature of that substance. So, whether there will be any difference between refrigeration and cooling, आपण इन जनरली आपण काय म्हणतो, फ्रीज आहे म्हटल्यानंतर आपण इन जनरली काय म्हणतो, त्यामध्ये आपण काहीतरी कूल करायला ठेवतो, म्हणजे पाण्याची बॉटल ठेवतो किंवा भाज्या वगैरे ठेवतो, कारण की त्यात आपण काय करतो, टेम्परेचर मेंटेन पण करतो आणि टेम्परेचर लोअर पण करत असतो. आणि कुलिंगमध्ये पण आपण काय करतो, टेम्परेचर लोअर करतो. तर दोन्हीमध्ये कुलिंग आणि रेफ्रिजरेशनमध्ये दोन्हीमध्ये काय बेसिक डिफरन्स असेल का? Can anybody tell me what is the basic difference between cooling and refrigeration? You have to give the answer first.
Hello, sir.
Huh.
Yes, sir. Sir, in cooling, we can say that there is thermal energy taken, and we can cool the atmosphere. And in refrigeration, thermal energy is transferred from one place to another, and it is having high temperature.
Okay. So, what is the basic difference between cooling and refrigeration?
There is a temperature difference. We can say that it is having cooling. It is done in the faster way as compared to in refrigerator. There is higher temperature, and we require it takes a long time to cool down.
Any another answer? Kambire, you are giving the correct answer. Can you tell to everyone? Pankaj Kambire. Kambire. So, refrigeration is nothing but the process where we are reducing as well as maintaining the temperature below its surrounding temperature. So the basic definition of refrigeration is nothing but, in case of refrigeration is nothing but one type of process where we are reducing as well as maintaining the temperature below its surrounding temperature. That means, if you are going to take one example, suppose you are having one heating rod, or suppose you are having one iron rod, and you have heated that iron rod up to suppose 70 degrees centigrade, and after heating that iron rod up to 70 degrees centigrade, if you will keep that iron rod which is having the temperature as a 70 degrees centigrade open to the atmosphere, then you will observe that the temperature of that iron rod will slowly goes on decreasing. Temperature of that iron rod will slowly goes on decreasing, and after some time you will observe that the temperature of that iron rod will be decreased up to the atmospheric temperature. But below atmospheric temperature, whether the temperature of that iron rod will go on decreasing, that will not decrease below atmospheric temperature. So whatever this process will be there, that will be called as a cooling process. This process will be called as a cooling process. Cooling means reducing the temperature, reducing the temperature up to the surrounding temperature. That process will be called as a cooling process. Whereas refrigeration process is nothing but reducing as well as maintaining the temperature below its surrounding temperature. That means whenever you are keeping any water bottle, whenever you are keeping, whether my voice is not audible, can anybody tell? Because some students are writing in the chat box that voice public.
Sir, your background sounds so.
What happening?
Background sound, sir. Either it may be fan or cooler. Background sound.
Okay. I will switch off the fan. Wait for 1 minute.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Whether it is audible now? Hello. Okay. So, in case of cooling,
Yes, sir, it is
in
audible.
case of cooling, we are reducing the temperature up to the surrounding temperature, whereas in case of refrigeration, we have to reduce and maintain the temperature below its surrounding temperature. That means whenever we are keeping any water bottle inside the fridge, so initially the temperature of that water inside the water bottle will be equal to the atmospheric temperature, because we are taking the water from that, which is kept in the atmosphere. So when we are keeping that water inside the fridge, the temperature of that water inside the bottle will goes on decreasing below surrounding temperature inside the fridge. So that process will be called as a refrigeration process. Are you getting the basic difference between refrigeration and cooling? पहला फरक समझते हो रेफ्रिजरेशन आणि कूलिंग मधला? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So refrigeration,
Yes, sir.
reducing and maintaining temperature below its surrounding temperature. Cooling means only reducing temperature that can be reduced up to the surrounding temperature. Now another word is there that is called as another word of our subject is nothing but the air conditioning. Now can anybody tell me what is meant by air conditioning? You might have seen the air conditioner or air conditioning room. AC बघितलं का? लक्ष द्या. हे जे लेक्चर जे असणार आहे ते इंटरॅक्टिव्ह लेक्चर असणार आहे. फक्त वन वे मी फक्त बोलणार नाही, कारण की आता सध्या तुम्ही समोर नाही, माझ्या समोर नाही, त्यामुळे कोण झोपतंय कोण काय खातंय काय मला माहित नाही. So whatever this section, whatever this lecture will be there, this will be the interactive session. So in between I am going to ask the question, you have to give the answer if you are knowing. So what we are doing in case of air conditioning? AC काय करतो?
We are taking heat. We are taking it from outside and then cooling it.
We are taking heat from the outside
air conditioning
and then cooling it.
Cooling
Okay. Any another answer?
For cleaning the air and maintaining the temperature as per requirement.
Cleaning air and maintaining the temperature as per requirement. Okay. Any another?
Sir, maintaining the temperature and humidity
Maintaining the
for human
temperature
comfort.
and humidity for human comfort. Okay. Any another?
Processing or conditioning the air for the human comfort.
Processing on the air for air conditioning for human comfort.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whether we are using that AC in summer season, winter season, or for all throughout the year. For which season we are using?
In summer season.
In summer season. Only summer season. Whether in
all season. All seasons, sir. All seasons.
Huh?
All seasons to maintain humidity.
Okay. Whether we are using the AC in winter season.
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir, used.
Hello.
म्हणजे आपल्या घरात जर एसी असेल तर तो 4 महिने कम्प्लिटली बंद असतो किंवा 6 महिने कम्प्लिटली बंद असतो आणि 6 महिने फक्त चालू असतो, असं केस आहे का?
नाही सर, एसी मध्ये प्रकार पण आहेत सर. त्याच्यामध्ये आपण विंटरला आपण हीट पण करू शकतो.
आता पांडुरंगाच्या देवळात जो आहे तो 24 तास चालू असतो, म्हणजे 12 महिने चालू असतो.
ठीक आहे. मग म्हणजे
हॅलो.
जो एसे आहे, एक पहिली गोष्ट बेसिक मिसकन्सेप्शन तुमच्या मनातून काढून टाका. आवाज येते?
Yes, sir.
बेसिक मिसकन्सेप्शन तुमच्या मनातून काढून टाका. एअर कंडिशनिंग म्हणजे फक्त कुलिंग ऑफ द एअर हा कन्सेप्ट नाही, किंवा एअर कंडिशनर फक्त आपण उन्हाळ्यामध्येच वापरतो असं पण नाही. So who will tell the definition of air conditioning? What exactly we are doing in case of air conditioning? आपण उन्हाळ्यात पण वापरतो, हिवाळ्यात पण वापरतो, पावसाळ्यात पण वापरतो. कशासाठी वापरतो? फॉर मेंटेनिंग द डिझायरेबल इंटरनल ॲटमॉस्फेरिक कंडिशन इरिस्पेक्टिव्ह ऑफ एक्सटर्नल कंडिशन. बाहेरचं वातावरण कसंही
Yes,
असू
sir.
द्या, बाहेरचं वातावरण कसंही असू द्या, आपण काय ठेवतो? 18 वरती ठेवतो, किंवा 20 वरती ठेवतो, किंवा 24 वरती ठेवतो एसी. बरोबर आहे? जर उन्हाळ्याचे दिवस असतील तर 18 वरती ठेवतो, जर हिवाळ्याचे दिवस असतील तर 24 वरती 25 वरती एसी ठेवतो. असते ती फॅसिलिटी एसी मध्ये?
Yes, sir.
असते ना? सो एअर
Yes, sir.
कंडिशनिंग मीन्स वी हॅव टू maintain the desirable internal atmospheric condition irrespective of external condition, and that desirable internal atmospheric condition we are maintaining by controlling 4 factor. काही जणांनी आन्सर काय सांगितलं? एसी मध्ये आपण काय करतो? फक्त कुलिंग करतो. काही जणांनी काय सांगितलं? आपण ह्युमिडिटी आणि टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल करतो. काही जणांनी काय सांगितलं? आपण टेम्परेचर आणि प्युरिफिकेशन कंट्रोल करतो. बट in case of air conditioning we have to simultaneously control 4 parameter, and those 4 parameter is the temperature, second one is nothing but the humidity, third one is nothing but purification of the air, and last one is nothing but the air velocity. So the definition of air conditioning, it is the process of simultaneous control of temperature, humidity, air velocity, and air purity to obtain desirable internal atmospheric condition irrespective of external condition. Are you getting the definition of air conditioning? Air conditioning मध्ये आपण काय करणार आहे?
Yes, sir.
We are going to control simultaneously 4 parameter. First one is the temperature, second one is the humidity, third one air velocity, and fourth one is air purity. For what purpose we are controlling simultaneously these 4 parameters? To obtain the desirable internal atmospheric condition irrespective of external condition. Are you getting? So now next point is importance of subject. Now what do you think, or what do you think why that university has kept this refrigeration and air conditioning subject for your syllabus? Can anyone give the answer?
Sir, because it is very emerging field.
It is very emerging field. Why?
Because in not only in home we are using AC in malls and various places to cool and it has very wide applications.
Okay. Any another answer? युनिव्हर्सिटीने कशासाठी हा सिलेबस ठेवलेला आहे? आपलं रेफ्रिजरेशन अँड एअर कंडिशनिंग सब्जेक्ट कशासाठी ठेवलेला आहे, किंवा युनिव्हर्सिटीने ठेवू द्या, आपण कशासाठी शिकायचं? काय युनिव्हर्सिटीने ठेवलाय म्हणून शिकायचं? Can anyone tell me what is the importance of this subject? To get the basic idea of
To get the basic idea of so to get the basic knowledge of the to get the basic idea of that subject, so that we can develop our skills and to improve the AC refrigerating in the room or wherever it is needed in the.
Okay. Now, well.
As refrigerators and air conditioners are used in different applications such as food industries or other industries, so it is important to us to learn that.
Okay. Now I will show some picture, and after observing that picture, you have to tell me that what will the how we have to study this subject. This is the first picture. Second one. Third one. Now observe the picture and tell me why we have to study this subject. What is the importance of this subject?
Storage
To
and
store
comfort.
Storage and
Comfort.
comfort. Okay. Any another?
to store foodstuffs or any vegetables.
To store foodstuff or any vegetable.
Vegetable.
Whatever this first picture you are observing, what you are observing in this picture? What you are observing? This is the ancient picture, and in ancient era, we were preserving the food. In ancient era, we were preserving the food by using the various techniques. So there are so many vegetables, and those vegetables that those are preserved by using the various techniques. The second picture, you are observing that in nowadays, whatever food preservation is there, for food preservation, we are using the various refrigeration processes. And third one, what it indicate? What it indicate? काय समजतंय का नाही त्या पिक्चर वरून? अर्थ काय निघतोय की नाही?
A man is having comfort.
A man is having or sitting in the comfort.
Comfort.
So here, whatever this subject refrigeration and air conditioning subject is there, that subject is mainly evolved. Evolved म्हणजे त्या सब्जेक्टची जी उत्पत्ती झालेली आहे, त्या सब्जेक्टची जी उत्पत्ती झालेली आहे. So this subject is mainly evolved out of the human need of preservation of food and human comfort. Whatever this refrigeration and air conditioning subject is evolved out of the human need of food preservation and human comfort. म्हणजे जे पण काय ऍप्लिकेशन असतील रिलेटेड टू द रेफ्रिजरेशन अँड एअर कंडिशनिंग, ते कशाच्या रिलेटेड असणार आहे? प्रिझर्वेशन ऑफ फूड, ह्युमन कम्फर्ट, देन it will be further extended. It will be further extended for the industrial as well as commercial point of view. So you have to always keep in mind that whatever subject refrigeration and air conditioning is evolved, that is evolved out of the human need of food preservation and human comfort. And out of that, whatever refrigeration term is there, that means first section is there, that will be utilized for food preservation. And whatever second section is there, air conditioning, that will be for human comfort as well as various industrial processes. Now there are various applications of refrigeration and air conditioning. There are various applications of refrigeration and air conditioning. So we have to see the various applications of refrigeration and air conditioning before studying the subject. कारण की कोणताही सब्जेक्ट शिकायच्या अगोदर तो कशासाठी शिकायचा, कोणताही सब्जेक्ट शिकण्याच्या अगोदर तो कशासाठी शिकायचं हे समजलं पाहिजे. So here there are various applications of refrigeration and air conditioning. So first and foremost important application is nothing but food processing and preservation. Food processing and preservation. So for the purpose of food processing as well as for the purpose of food preservation, we are using the refrigeration in food industry as well as for processing of the farm crop as well as for transportation of food from one location to the another location. So there are wide applications under this heading, that is food processing and food preservation. Then second one is nothing but whatever chemical processing industries are there. Whatever chemical processing industries are there, in that chemical processing industries also, for taking the heat from that chemical reaction or for adding the heat inside that chemical reaction, we are using the refrigeration as well as to achieve that various chemical processes or various chemical reactions, we are maintaining the desirable temperature in the pharmaceutical industry. That means in chemical processing industry also we are using the refrigeration as well as air conditioning. Then process industries like textile, printing press, photographic materials, as well as whatever special purpose tools you are manufacturing, that is tool room. There also we are using the air conditioning for obtaining the desirable output. Then next one is the cooling of concrete for heavy structures like dam. Here also we are using the refrigeration as well as air conditioning application. Then main application of air conditioning is nothing but comfort air conditioning. So in the offices, in the classroom, as well as at your home also, we are using air conditioning for comfort purpose. Then in case of mall, cinema theaters, there also we are using the air conditioning for the comfort purpose. Then industrial air conditioning. So in case of pharmaceutical industries as well as in case of manufacturing or most of the IT companies are equipped with or fully equipped with the air conditioning. So for obtaining the or for increasing the efficiency of the human beings which are working in that industries, we are using that air conditioning. So for various industrial processes as well as for comfortable cooling also we are using the air conditioning. So those are the various applications of refrigeration and air conditioning. Now, before going to the first chapter, before going to the first chapter, that is nothing but basics of refrigeration or basic cycles of refrigeration, we have to recap some of the important points. Some of the important points related to or some of the basic points which will be applicable in the refrigeration and air conditioning. So, why you are this refrigeration and air conditioning subject is kept for last year, that is BE final year. Why this subject is not kept for second year or third year? What do you think? Why university has given this subject for the final year only? Can anybody tell me the answer?
It requires the knowledge of thermodynamics as well as the heat and mass transfer.
It required the
Knowledge of thermodynamics.
okay. Any another answer? Any another answer? So here whatever prerequisite subjects will be there. Prerequisite subjects required for learning of this refrigeration and air conditioning are nothing but whatever your basic mechanical engineering which you have studied in the first year, then applied thermodynamics, then heat and mass transfer. These are as well as fourth one is the IC engine. So these four subjects are the prerequisite for this refrigeration and air conditioning. That means before proceeding to learn that refrigeration and air conditioning subject, you should have the knowledge related to the basic mechanical engineering, then applied thermodynamics or engineering thermodynamics, then you should have the knowledge related to the heat and mass transfer, and you should have the knowledge related to the internal combustion engine. Then and then only you will be able to understand the concepts which are related with the refrigeration and air conditioning. So we'll take the recap of the basic which we have studied up till now, which will be useful. We are not going to take the basics related to all that thermodynamic. That means the knowledge or the basics which we require to learn this refrigeration and air conditioning subject. We will take the recap of those basic knowledge. So first one, we have studied what is meant by refrigeration. So refrigeration is nothing but the process of removal of heat. Process of removal of heat from one substance and transferring it to the another substance. Actual definition is nothing but process of reducing and maintaining the temperature. Process of reducing and maintaining the temperature below its surrounding temperature. Otherwise, is not clear. काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे ना शुभम शुभम ककडे
येस सर.
काहीच क्लिअर नाही का
हॅलो.
काय होते नक्की
हा सर आवाज ब्रेक होतोय मधून.
ब्रेक होतोय का पाठीमागचा आवाज येतोय?
हॅलो.
हा बोला बोला.
हा सर, असा व्हॉइस ब्रेक होतोय.
बाकीच्यांदा पण तसं ऐकू येते? तुमचे सांगा.
नाही सर, क्लिअर आहे, आवाज क्लिअर आहे.
तुमचीच ती चेक करा.
फक्त पाठीमागून आवाज येतो.
पाठीमागून वर्कशॉप मध्ये असल्यामुळे पाठीमागचा आवाज येतो. जास्त येतोय का पाठीमागचा आवाज?
थोडाफार येतोय सर, थोडाफार.
So, as we have seen the definition of refrigeration is nothing but reducing and maintaining the temperature below its surrounding temperature. That means we are absorbing the heat. We are absorbing the heat which we want to cool, and whatever heat we are absorbing in case of refrigeration, whatever heat we are absorbing from the substance which we want to cool, that heat we are transferring to the another substance. That means here in this diagram you are observing that inside the fridge there are various cold drinks. So initially that all the cold drinks will have the internal heat. So whenever we are keeping those cold drinks inside the fridge, whenever we are keeping these various cold drinks or various vegetables or various substances inside the fridge, then what is happening? Whatever heat is available, whatever heat is present inside these substances, that heat will be absorbed. That heat will be absorbed by the refrigerant. That heat will be rejected to the surrounding. And because of the same, here because of heat absorption from these substances and because of heat rejection to the outside, here the temperature of those substances, that means all the cold drinks, will goes on decreasing. So in general, whatever refrigeration phenomenon is there, that refrigeration phenomenon is nothing but the removing of heat. It is nothing but removing of heat from one substance and transferring it to the another substance. So that refrigeration term is commonly related with the cold. That is nothing but absorption of heat. So in case of heat, we are absorbing the heat from the substances. So before studying refrigeration, as that refrigeration term is involving the removal of heat. Hence, first of all, we have to study what is meant by heat and how it is transferred from a substance. So we are going to study related to the heat. Now, what is the heat? Can anybody tell me what is meant by heat? So in heat and mass transfer.
Sensation of hotness.
Sensation?
Sensation of hotness.
Sensation of hotness. Okay. Any another? Any another? What is meant by heat? Okay. Think on this. One question is there. Bhushan Kumar Thakre. What is meant by freezing? So freezing means what exactly you want to ask, Bhushan Kumar? Hello.
सर हॅलो.
हा बोला.
सर फ्रीजिंग म्हणजे काय माहिती? म्हणजे
Basically there are three forms of matter. First one is the solid phase, second one is the liquid phase, and third one is the gaseous phase. So freezing means where we are converting liquid into solid. That means if you are going to consider any liquid, that liquid will have 2 points. First one will be called as the freezing point temperature, second one will be called as the boiling point temperature. So if you are going to absorb the heat, from that any particular liquid, the temperature of that liquid will goes on decreasing. The temperature of that liquid will goes on decreasing, and that temperature will decrease up to the freezing point. And after that, whenever that freezing point temperature will arrive, so at that point, the phase of that the phase of that liquid, that means the phase of that particular matter will changes from liquid to solid. So
Yes.
that process is called as a freezing process.
Yes, sir. सर फ्रीजिंग प्रॉपर्टीज मेंटेन ठेवते का?
फ्रीजिंग मध्ये प्रॉपर्टीज चेंज होतात, वेगवेगळ्या
चेंज
प्रॉपर्टीज
होतात.
आहेत, थर्मोडायनेमिक प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत, ते चेंज
नाही
होत
नाही,
असतात.
एखाद्या सब्जेक्टची सर, म्हणजे एखाद्या आपण भाजीपाला जर ठेवला तर त्याची जी प्रॉपर्टीज मेंटेन ठेवते का त्याच याला?
नाही नाही, आपण फ्रीजिंग, आता ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही भाजीपाला फ्रीज मध्ये ठेवता त्यावेळेस टेम्परेचर जे असतं फ्रीज मधलं ते किती जास्त, नियर अबाउट 15 to 16 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड जास्त असतं, किंवा 10 to 15 किंवा 15 to 20 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड जास्त असतं. त्या ठिकाणी आपण 0 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड ठेवत नाही, फ्रीजर सेक्शन असतो वरती, फ्रीजच्या वरचा पार्ट जो असतो तो फ्रीजर सेक्शन असतो. फ्रीजर सेक्शन मध्ये काय करतो आपण, लिक्विडचं आईस मध्ये कन्वर्जन करण्यासाठी ठेवतो. आणि खालचा जो सेक्शन असतो त्या ठिकाणी आपण फक्त काय केलेलं असतं, सराउंडिंग टेम्परेचर पेक्षा कमी टेम्परेचर मेंटेन केलेलं असतं. Because of this thing, whatever the growth of bacteria are there inside that vegetables, that will be restricted, and because of this same, the life of that vegetables will goes on increasing.
Okay, sir. Clear.
So there, we are not doing the freezing of that vegetables.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So related to the heat, so whatever heat is there, it is nothing but one form of energy. It is nothing but one form of energy which is transient in phase. Transient means for each and every second or for each and every moment that amount of heat will goes on changing, which is transient in phase and which can be transferred from one point to the another point because of temperature difference. So it is one form of energy which can be transferred from one point to the another point because of temperature difference, that is called as the heat. So related to the heat, we should know some basic points related to the heat. So always heat will be transferred. Always it will be transferred across the boundary of a system from higher temperature region to the lower temperature region because of temperature difference. That is the first point. Second point, we have to keep in mind that whatever heat is there, that is transient form of energy. Transient form means for each and every particular moment, the quantity of heat will goes on changing. That is fluctuating. So that heat is always identified only at the boundary phenomenon. Only at the boundary phenomenon, and that existence of heat will be identified during the transfer of energy into or out of the system. Means there may be the heat transfer from the system to the surrounding, or there may be the heat transfer from the surrounding to the system. And related to the heat transfer, we have to always keep in mind that whenever we are supplying the heat, whenever we are supplying the heat to any of the system, that supplying of heat will be considered as a positive, whereas the rejection of heat from the system towards the surrounding, that will be considered as a negative. So while solving the problem, this positive and negative concept you have to keep in mind. So there are basically two types of heat. Can anyone tell me what is the types of heat? There are two types of heat. Which are those types? Latent heat and sensible heat. Okay. So there are basically two types of heat. So first one is called as a sensible heat and second one is called as a latent heat. So as we are taking the recap of basic, so I want to know who is knowing what is meant by sensible heat and what is meant by latent heat. Can anybody tell me what is meant by sensible heat and what is meant by latent heat? सांगा कोणते? What is meant by sensible heat and what is meant by latent heat? Kumbar, Rishikesh Kumbar. Rishikesh Kumbar, आहे का? रोहन गांडुळे.
हॅलो सर.
हा कुंभार सांगा.
लॅटेंट हिट मीन. हॅलो सर.
हा बोला बोला येतोय.
Latent sir, which can be not identified. Sensible hit can be identified by touching it.
Right, touching it. Okay. Any another answer? रोहन गांडुळे. काय तो गांडुळे. दंडवते.
Insensible heat temperature change occurs. In latent heat phase change occurs.
Okay. In sensible heat, temperature change occurs, whereas in case of latent heat, only phase change occurs. Okay. Any another answer? Sachin Pandit.
हॅलो.
हा.
हा सर, सेन्सिबिलिटी मध्ये विदाउट चेंजिंग फेज टेम्परेचर चेंज होतं आणि लॅटेंट हीट मध्ये विदाउट चेंजिंग टेम्परेचर फेज चेंज होते.
Okay. So correct answer. So here you are observing one picture. So if you see first picture, so here in a glass you are having a water which is having the temperature as a 60 Fahrenheit. 60 Fahrenheit means 15.6 degrees centigrade. So if you are going to add the heat, or if you are going to heat this water which is having 60 Fahrenheit temperature, the temperature of this water will goes on increasing. The temperature of this water will goes on increasing, and after some times you will observe that the temperature of that water is nothing but 212 Fahrenheit. That is nothing but 100 degrees centigrade. That is nothing but 100 degrees centigrade. So here during this process, whatever amount of heat you are going to supply, during this process, whatever amount of heat you are going to supply, that heat will be called as a sensible heat. Why sensible heat? Because here, because of this heat, the temperature of that water is goes on changing. Initial temperature of water is nothing but 15.6 degrees centigrade. Final temperature is nothing but 100 degrees centigrade. But phase is remaining same. Phase of water is liquid phase in the both the condition. That means initially there is a liquid water. At the final stage also we are having the liquid water. So without changing phase, in first case, without changing phase because of addition of heat, there is a change in temperature. So that amount of heat supplied will be called as a sensible heat. So sensible heat is nothing but amount of heat supplied or amount of heat removed from a substance to change its temperature. Amount of heat supplied or amount of heat removed from a substance to change its temperature without changing its phase. त्या ठिकाणी फेज काय राहते, सेमच राहते, फक्त काय होतं टेम्परेचरचा चेंज होतो. So that amount of heat will be called as a sensible heat. Now in second example, now suppose you are having water inside the glass in which is having the temperature as a 212 degree Fahrenheit, sorry 212 Fahrenheit, that is nothing but 100 degrees centigrade. And for this same water, if you are going to heat again, for this same water, if you are going to heat again, after some times you will observe that there is a conversion of liquid into vapor. There is a conversion of liquid into vapor, but temperature of that liquid as well as temperature of that vapor will remain same. So whatever initial temperature of water is there, that is nothing but 100 degrees centigrade. Though you are supplying the heat, supplying the heat to that 100 degrees centigrade water, then also without changing the temperature of that water, temperature remains same in both the cases, 100 degrees centigrade, 100 degrees centigrade. Without changing the temperature of that substance, only there is a change of phase. Change of phase means liquid is getting converted into vapor. So in this case, whatever amount of heat we are supplying, that will be called as a latent heat. Are you clear the term sensible heat and latent heat? So sensible heat, there is a change in temperature without changing its phase, and in case of latent heat, there is a change of phase without change in temperature of that substance. Are you getting? Yes or no? So that is called as a sensible heat and latent heat. Now next point, that is nothing but laws of thermodynamics. किती लॉज आहे थर्मोडायनेमिक्सचे? किती लॉज आहे? किती माहिती आहेत तुम्हाला थर्मोडायनेमिक्सचे लॉज? Can anybody tell me how many laws are there? Correct.
4 laws.
4 laws. Which are they?
0th law, 1st law, 2nd law, and 3rd.
3rd law. Okay. Any another answer? Frank Tete. How many laws are there?
4.
Which are they?
0th law, 1st law, 2nd law, and 3rd law.
Can you tell me the 3rd law? 3rd law of thermodynamics. Correct. 3rd law of thermodynamics. कौन सांगते? Frank Tete. Okay. आहेत का?
सर
सांगा.
नाही माहिती सर.
अरे माहिती आहे का?
नाही तर
4 कसं म्हणताय?
मी लॉ माहित आहेत सर 4 आहेत.
नक्की 4 तर आहेत का? गौरव तुळजापूरकर.
हो सर.
तर 0th लॉ, 1st लॉ आणि 2nd लॉ मध्ये 2 स्टेटमेंट्स आहेत, केल्विन प्लॅंक स्टेटमेंट आणि क्लॉसिक स्टेटमेंट.
3rd लॉ
माहित नाही सर, नाहीच आहे.
नाहीच आहे ना? न्यूटनचा 3rd लॉ आहे, थर्मोडायनेमिक्सचा नाही. ओके.
Yes sir.
So there are basically 3 laws related to the thermodynamics. First one is called as the 0th law of thermodynamics. Second one is called as the 1st law of thermodynamics, and 3rd one is called as the 2nd law of thermodynamics. So in 0th law, can anybody tell me the statement of 0th law of thermodynamics? आपण रिव्हिजन घेतोय, हे ऑलरेडी झालेलं आहे. रेफ्रिजरेशन मध्ये आपल्याला लागणार आहे, त्यासाठी आपण फक्त रिकॅप करतो.
When three bodies are kept in equilibrium, A, B, C, then each body can change their temperature and maintain at same temperature.
Okay. Any another answer? Any another answer?
Consider 3 thermodynamic bodies.
Okay.
If A and B body are thermal equilibrium with each other, and similarly B and C are thermal equilibrium with each other, then all the 3 are thermal equilibrium with each other.
Okay. So whatever 0th law of thermodynamics is there, that is used for measuring the temperature. So related to the 0th law of thermodynamics, if we are going to consider any 3 body which are thermally equilibrium or which are in equilibrium condition, and if I am saying that A and B body are thermally equilibrium with C body, then according to 0th law of thermodynamics, whatever A and B body will be there, that will be also in thermal equilibrium. So the statement of 0th law of thermodynamics, if 2 systems are in thermal equilibrium with the third system, if 2 systems are in thermal equilibrium with the third system, then they are also in thermal equilibrium with each other. So that is called as the 0th law of thermodynamics. Then after 0th law of thermodynamics, the next law is there, That is called as the first law of thermodynamics. That is called as the first law of thermodynamics. So there are two statements of first law of thermodynamics. Can anybody tell me the statement of first law of thermodynamics? Hello. झालेले आहेत ना हे लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनामिक्स झालेले आहेत ना एटीडी मध्ये. हॅलो आहेत की नाही? किती जण आहे? 40 जण. हां. Can anybody tell me the first law of thermodynamics?
Hello.
हां बोला.
The energy can neither be created nor destroyed during a process. It can change from convert to one form to another form.
Okay. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed in the process, but it can be transferred from one location or one form to the another form. So this is also called as a law of conservation of energy.
Law of conservation of energy. Yes, sir.
Law of conservation of energy. So this is one statement related to the first law of thermodynamics. What is the another statement of first law of thermodynamics? There are two statements. One statement is related to the law of conservation of energy, and second statement is the
हॅलो. दंडवते.
hello.
हॅलो हॅलो
आवाज येतोय?
हो येतोय सर.
काय पीपीटी दिसत नाहीत का?
हो नाही दिसत
हा सर.
PPT नाही दिसत सर.
हा 2 मिनिटं काय झालं बघू तुम्हाला. सॉरी कनेक्शन प्रॉब्लेम मुळे झालेलं आहे. 2 मिनिटं. कधीपासून गेलेलं आहे लेक्चर?
एक 5 मिनिट झाले
फर्स्ट लॅब तर
सर.
नाही.
5 मिनिट झाले सर.
झिरोतला झालाय ना?
हा सर.
फर्स्ट लॅब सेकंड
हा
स्टेटमेंट
सर.
सर.
Okay, sir. Wait for 1 minute. Because I am using simultaneously laptop as well as mobile. So on both the devices, I have connected that system or I have connected that meeting. So suddenly, because of the range problem, that laptop meeting of laptop get disconnected. And as I was sharing the screen, I was unable to know that I have left from the meeting.
ओके सर नो प्रॉब्लेम.
Okay. Meanwhile, give the feedback for remaining subject. Whether you are getting the concept related to the another subjects, that is automobile, OR, ED, and AC. Are there any feedback for improvement?
AC सर AC.
एका नाही बोलत काय.
एसीचा प्रॉब्लेम येतोय सर.
एसीचा काय होतंय?
तर त्यांना रेंज नाही आहे सर काय तर आणि ऍक्सेप्ट पण करत नाहीत सर ते.
प्रॉब्लेम काय होता आता मध्ये 4 दिवस पंढरपूरमध्ये कर्फ्यू असल्यामुळं सुट्टी होती त्यामुळे सर घरून लेक्चर घेत होते. पण आजच्यापासून कॉलेजला येत आहेत सगळेजण. घेतून पुढे होतील लेक्चर. बाकी अजून काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे का कंटेंटच्या बाबतीत वगैरे?
आवाजच येत नाही सर सोनवणे सरांचा अजिबात.
सोनवणे सरांचा
वाचून
ब्रेक
दाखवते
होतोय, फार
आन्सर
ब्रेक
सगळं.
होतोय सर.
वाचून दाखवते. बर अजून
आणि त्यांना
हा
परत
सर
रिपीट
PPT
शिकवा म्हणले तर सांगत नाही ते कन्सेप्ट.
कन्सेप्ट
त्यांना सर त्यांना सर युजच करता येत नाही सर ते रिटर्न फीडबॅक काय घेतच नाहीत सर ते सगळं स्वतः बडबडत बसते सर ते.
होय का? बाकी दुसरा अजून कशाचा
पोरं काय म्हणते
चाललं?
नाही कशाच नाही सर प्रॉब्लेम का.
कसं झालेलं आहे आपण
नाही,
आता 2 दिवस सरांनी घरून लेक्चर घेतले त्यामुळे ते झालेलं आहे. बघू आता पुढचं लेक्चर सर इथून घेतील कॉलेजवरून घेतील त्यावेळेस फीडबॅक द्या मला.
ओके सर नो प्रॉब्लेम नो प्रॉब्लेम.
बाकी लेक्चर होते बाकीच्या लेक्चर्स मध्ये काय प्रॉब्लेम?
नाही सर काहीच प्रॉब्लेम नाही.
40 लेक्चर 40 मुलं आहेत फक्त. बाकीचे कुठे गेलेत? हॅलो येतोय आवाज?
हो येतोय सर.
हा सर.
बाकी त्यांचा काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे?
सर मुलांना म्हणजे पोहोचलीच नाही की म्हणजे सूचना की ह्याची प्रेझेंट धरली जाणार आहे किंवा हे लेक्चर आपल्या टाइम टेबल नुसार होत आहेत वगैरे पूर्ण माहिती नसल्यामुळे मुलं अटेंड करत नाहीत.
पूर्ण माहिती
हॅलो सर.
नाही. बोला.
सगळ्यांच्या घरी एकदा फोन लावा सगळ्यांच्या.
फोन कॉलिंग चालू आहे. ऍबसेंट जे आहेत त्यांना फोन कॉलिंग चालू आहे. बॅच प्रॉक्टर टीचर ठेवलेले. फक्त अजून
मुलांना नाही सर
त्यांच्या
पेरेंट्सना
लावा
फोन लावा. पेरेंट्सना फोन लावा.
पेरेंट्सला लावायचे. पेरेंटचे आहेत आज कॉन्टॅक्ट घेतोय कारण की 2 दिवस सुट्टी असल्यामुळे मला पण घेता आले नाहीत कॉन्टॅक्ट. आज कॉलेजवरून घेतो. आणि ग्रुपला तुमचे जे मित्र असतील ज्यांनी अजून ग्रुप जॉईन केलेला नाही आपण आता त्या 3rd इयरच्या ग्रुपवरती काहीही टाकणार नाही. जे काय असेल ते ह्या 2nd इयरच्या ग्रुपवरती टाकणार आहे. सॉरी बीईच्या ग्रुपवरती टाकणार आहे. त्यामुळं तुमच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मधले जे मुलं आहेत जे की बी डिव्हिजनला आहेत पण त्यांनी ग्रुपमध्ये अजून जॉईन केलेलं नाही त्यांना जॉईन व्हायला सांगा.
येस सर.
कनेक्शनचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे. काकडे तुम्ही आज सकाळी ए डिव्हिजनच्या लेक्चरला होता का?
हो सर होतं की ए डिव्हिजनच्या
कोणत्या
रुंगे
डिव्हिजन मध्ये
सरांच्या
नक्की?
लेक्चरला होतं. नाही सर सकाळी लेक्चर वेळ वाया जाऊ नये म्हणून केलता अटेंड.
चालू केलं त्यांनी फर्स्ट लेक्चर फर्स्ट चॅप्टर?
हो हो सर चालू केलंय न्यूमरिकल वगैरे झाले सरांचे.
ओके, नो प्रॉब्लेम. डिव्हिजन बद्दल कोणाला प्रॉब्लेम आहे का अजून?
नाही सर, नो प्रॉब्लेम.
इथं प्रेझेंट असणाऱ्यामध्ये कोणाला असेल तर आता सांगा. Don't leave the meeting. I'm facing the problem related to the internet. Wait for another
सर
2 minutes.
मोबाईलवरून सुरू करा सर.
मोबाईल वरून घेऊ का? परत मोबाईल वरून प्रॉब्लेम काय येतोय?
नाही सर,
अजून जर
स्क्रीन
problem
शेअर
व्हायला
करा ना तुम्ही मोबाईलवर.
I will wait for another 1 minute. Okay, I will take the lecture by using the mobile. Wait for 1 minute. Whether you all are familiar with Google Meet or Zoom? Zoom चांगलं वाटतंय की Google Meet? म्हणजे तुम्हाला सवय कशाची?
गुगल मीट सर.
गुगल मीट सर.
गुगल मीट
चालतंय.
गुगल मीट सर.
डाटा पण कमी असते.
झूम चायनीज आहे.
गुगल मीट लेस डाटा सर, कमी डाटा करतो सर.
झूम चायनीज आहे सर.
हा झूम चायनीज आहे.
Wait, I am downloading the PPT on the mobile. Wait for another 1 minute. Hello?
Hello? Whether my voice is audible? Hello?
Hello?
येतोय सर आवाज?
येस सर.
Yes,
येतोय
sir.
सर आवाज.
Whether voice is audible?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
And PPT is?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
So related to the first law of thermodynamics, the statement of first law of thermodynamics is nothing but heat and mechanical work are
आवाज डबल
mutually
येतोय का?
convertible. Alan?
आवाज डबल
डबल येतो आवाज सर.
डबल आवाज येतो.
मोबाईल.
एक काय तर नोट करा सर.
सर आम्हाला नोट्स कशा मिळतील?
नोट्स तुम्हाला पीडीएफ हे जे पीपीटी जे आहे त्याचे पीडीएफ कॉपी देण्यात येते. दुसरी गोष्ट म्हणजे तुम्हाला लिहावं लागणार आहे, कारण की रेफ्रिजरेशन आणि एअर कंडिशनिंग सब्जेक्ट बघितलं तोपर्यंत पीडीएफ इश्यू येतो का? दोन
हा सर.
हॅलो.
हा हॅलो.
हा सर.
रेफ्रिजरेशन एअर कंडिशनिंग सब्जेक्ट जर बघितला आपल्याला काय जवळपास 40% प्रॉब्लेम आहे, 40% थिअरी आणि 20% आहे. आणि जोपर्यंत तुमचं बेसिक नॉलेज क्लिअर होत नाही तोपर्यंत तुम्हाला रेफ्रिजरेशन एअर कंडिशनिंग मध्ये काय समजणार नाही, तोपर्यंत तुमचं बेसिक क्लिअर होत नाही. त्यामुळं आजचं जे लेक्चर आहे, आजचं लेक्चर फक्त आपण काय घेतोय, काय पाठ झालेलं आहे त्याचं रिव्हिजन टाईप घेतोय. उद्यापासून आपण स्टार्ट करणार आहे. उद्यापासून प्रत्येकाकडे 200 पेजेस न्यू नोटबुक पाहिजे आणि जे काय इम्पॉर्टंट आहे किंवा जे काही बेसिक पॉईंट आहेत, कारण की तुम्ही जर पहिला चॅप्टर आणि दुसरा चॅप्टर कम्प्लिटली पीडीएस आणि पीएचटीएस डायग्रामवरती डिपेंड आहे. आवाज येतोय का?
ब्रेक व्हायला
ब्रेक होतोय आवाज.
ब्रेक होतोय सर.
व्हॉइस ब्रेक होतोय सर.
ओके. फर्स्ट चॅप्टर जो आहे, हॅलो 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 हॅलो.
हा सर येतो सर. येतो.
फर्स्ट चॅप्टर जो आहे तो कम्प्लिटली पीएच डायग्राम किंवा पीएच आणि टीएस डायग्राम वरती आहे. जोपर्यंत मग प्रिव्हियस पॉईंट समजत नाही तोपर्यंत नेक्स्ट पॉईंट काहीच समजणार नाही. जोपर्यंत प्रिव्हियस पॉईंट समजत नाही तोपर्यंत नेक्स्ट पॉईंट काहीच समजणार नाही. जोपर्यंत तुम्हाला पीव्ही आणि टीएस डायग्राम ड्रॉ करता येत नाही तोपर्यंत एक प्रॉब्लेम तुम्हाला सॉल्व्ह करता येणार नाही फर्स्ट चॅप्टर मध्ये. आणि फर्स्ट सेक्शन मध्ये फक्त फर्स्ट चॅप्टरलाच प्रॉब्लेम आहे. ते प्रॉब्लेम जोपर्यंत तुमचं बेसिक क्लिअर होत नाही तोपर्यंत तुम्हाला काहीच समजणार नाही. So from tomorrow onwards, everybody should be with the pen and paper. जर नवीन नोटबुक नसेल, नवीन नोटबुक घ्या किंवा नोटबुक असेल सध्या तात्पुरत्या स्वरूपात नोट्स काढण्यासाठी ठेवायचे. ओके.
Yes sir.
So I will resume the lecture. So first law of thermodynamics. So there are basically two statements of first law of thermodynamics. First statement is related to the in terms of heat and mechanical work, and second statement is in terms of law of conservation of energy. So first statement says that heat and mechanical work are mutually convertible. That means this statement says that it can be transferred into.
वॉइस पूर्ण ब्रेक होतोय सर.
व्हॉइस पूर्ण ब्रेक होतो.
पूर्ण ब्रेक होतोय वॉइस.
दोन मिनिटं येतं का? हॅलो.
मगाशी एकदम क्लिअर होतं पण मधलं जे प्रॉब्लेम झाला ते त्यापासून तर क्लिअर येत नाही.
मीटिंग सगळ्यांनी एक्झिट करता का? एकदा काय करतो परत एकदा लगेच जॉईन होतो.
ठीक आहे सर.
ओके सर. ओके सर.
एक्झिट करा सगळ्यांनी.
ओके सर.
सरला दुसरी लिंक कधी द्या का हॅलो